is one of our several sub 29 vanilla runners. He has insane combat skills, but the person he's going up against, Malchior, he's new to the scene and he's no slouch himself.
Yeah, no, Malchior already had to survive the 64-65 matchup with Phoenix Ignition to get here, so he's already got some experience, more experience here in the bracket flags than Drone.
Yeah, I think Drone did maybe 2 races, but I believe it was only one during the week 5, which was our basically our bracket flags in the qualifier round. So I mean, Drone does have experience with shapes. He does have experience with the vanilla overworld and everything. So I don't really believe that's going to be too much of a detriment for him to you know, not have a lot of practice on this because it is someone who's very, very comfortable with playing the vanilla game and his combat. So it's going to be really interesting. The person who's had a lot more practice with the seeds and flags, and someone who has just been a veteran vanilla runner.
Yeah, and right off the bat, we see there's a Goma block in level 6. Both runners are going to pick up the key that's there, leaving with 2 keys, and then, yeah, piecing out for now. We did see Wiz Robes on the overworld. Those always make for interesting routing decisions. I personally am always happy to see Wiz Robes on the overworld, because that means I don't have to deal with them in dungeon.
Yeah, the interesting thing is Wiz Robes on the overworld can be great, but it can also be the worst thing in the world if you get a really, really bad position with them. Like, let's say that white sword screen.
Or guarding the staircase up to Vanilla 2 or Vanilla 6.
Yeah, that too. And we also see level 8 here at Vanilla level 1. This has been an oddly consistent combo. I've seen 6 and 8 at 3 and 1 respectively quite a bit in these flags.
Honestly, I can't remember what's been at what. I've played and seen so many races the past couple days. All I know is that I see a Patra on RCDrone's side, and those are never fun.
Yeah, Patras, of course, aren't great. RC just not going to bother with it right now. I don't blame him. Level 8 is at level 1, so it's a lot easier to get back to. But it looks like he's just going to go ahead and make a play for the Armos and whatever happens to be at level 6. He does have 1 bomb left, so if he would choose to maybe... he is going to spend it here to see what's in the shop. And just the expensive bait and a shield and a ring, so I don't think we'll see Drone go back there at all.
Yeah, there's no need to go back there. Oh, I do like the play of if you're scrolling past there to a bomb there to see, get your information. Does find out that the candle is going to be here right next to the Armos screen, so pretty decent location because of where that's going to manifest itself throughout the rest of Hyrule.
Yeah, absolutely. Malchior gonna do some exploring here in 8 as well. Tektite's getting the annoying roll up just because, well, first of all, they bounce back, and second of all, they do what they just did to Malchior, and that is jump out of the room.
Oh yeah, I've had that experience. I've been in a T room like you see Drone in with some Tektites, and they were multiple HP, and one of them decided it didn't want to stick around. It just jumped off the bottom of the screen, and I think it's still falling.
Yeah, it actually jumped back up as he was exiting, but yeah, they're annoying regardless. And then speaking of annoying enemies, especially without a bow, is these Pole's Voice. Very high in HP, jump up and down, and do a lot of damage, and they're a little harder to predict than some other enemies. So they can be very dangerous very quickly. And Malchior gonna give this Patra a go. He does have Beam Sword, so he could actually just sit there in the doorway and hope for the best, but does take some damage there. So may opt to leave level 8 just like Drone did.
Yeah, the thing with the sitting in the doorway is that works great for most things. However, Patra does have the ability to screen scroll. So, like blue wizrobes who will chase after you in the door, the Patrates will also chase after you in a door. And we've got the map for level 4 on RC drone side, and we are ladder blocked out of the second half of this 4.
Yeah, we are, and I'm totally going electric for that,
I can see Electrike there.
just with a massive hairdo. The good
Bedhead.
news, the good news for Drone and Malchior is these red Darknuts, which so conveniently drop bombs, roll down 2 HP, so only takes 2 shots from the wood sword.
I mean, if you're gonna see, red Darknuts everywhere, you want to see them with lower HP because Darknuts, also that compass, just absolutely blinking in there and saying, "Hey, look, you know where I am, but you can't get to me because, well, reasons." Oh no! Drone with a beautiful setup for a bomb there to try and get the virus to get them to drop. Unfortunately, they rolled above 4 HP, so the bomb does nothing. However, this staircase is going to do something. It's going to be the item here, or one of them anyway.
Yeah, that should be nice just to have a little bit of information. So far, it's been a lot of nothing in these dungeons, so getting an item, which, never mind.
Never mind, indeed. So Drone going to go ahead and up and AOA his self back to start as Malchior is going to be making his way back into level 4. Drone going to be going ahead and taking these moblins in a little bit just to try and get some bombs here. Hopefully he can get some. Was probably planning on getting a bomb drop there and blowing up that spot to try and get himself a hard container because we are going to need to get up to 6 in order to get the white sword item here, which hopefully it's something better than what we've seen so far, which have been just heart containers and books. Don't get me wrong, reading is fundamental, but, book. Continuing along, Drone looks like he's going to be trying to set up to try and potentially kill some wizrobes here, or just avoid them on the corner. Wasn't sure if he was going to try and use them to get himself some bombs or not. And we're going to find out what is on the coast here. And the coast item is something that, if you have a chance to make your way back, you're probably going to do so, because the white sword is a fantastic, fantastic combat upgrade. With that, it wouldn't surprise me if our runners here could work their routing in such a way that they do level 4 last, assuming level 9's over in this area, where they can just then ladder or world wrap over here to just pick up the white sword as they're going their way to this section. So that would be something to look forward to look into, depending on where level 9 is going to be. We've got Malchior there in level 4, going ahead and trying to kill more of these only 2 HP Darknuts, which aren't as bad to kill, but still you're in a room with the BMO statues. BMO statues and Darknuts means a lot of lag. Ask anyone who's gone through vanilla level 8. We all know about the blue lagoons, both 1 and 2. We also know that there are some Dodongos there in level 3 to the north, which usually be pretty easy to kill, but you need bombs to do that, of which Drone does not have any right now. Gonna go ahead and try and get some off of that red Darknut. Gonna leave the room. Might come back to that a little bit later to see if he can potentially get another red Darknut to spawn to get a chance for another bomb drop, because it's definitely looking like we are bomb blocked out of making progress here in level 3. So Drone gonna hope to get himself a bomb drop out of either the red Darknut here, or see what the room drop is in here. Probably, hopefully, get rewarded with either a map or B, some bombs. All right, Malchior continuing to work around this tea room with these 3 Vires. We saw these Vires give the same sort of business to RCDrone, so it's not surprising that they are sharing the love here and giving Malchior just as much business as they were giving to Drone. Now, unfortunately for Drone, not able to have another red Darknut spawn, so he's just going to go ahead and kill this blue dark nut. Hopefully for him, he wants to see bombs as the room drop here, as opposed to anything else. I mean, the map would be perfectly fine, but he definitely 100% wants to see bombs as a room drop. Malchior going to go ahead and find the book that we saw in 4, and he's also going to say no thank you to that. There is the map for drone. The good thing about picking up that map here is when he does come back to level 3, he will 100% be able to know where to bomb and not be bombing blindly. Malchior are going to nope right on out of level 4, mostly because, well, we're ladder blocked. He knows where he has to go. He knows where the Triforce is, just like Drone. But again, we are ladder blocked. And Drone getting the global drop with the one blue Octorok and the staircase below level 3. So he's right back in to use those bombs and to continue his way on through the rest of the level. And I like what he's doing here, using the bombs, because you're going to be able to fill yourself right up with these Dodongos. And so far, so good. Those kills have been absolutely amazing for Drone. 3 bombs, 3 kills, and a full stack to go through the rest of the dungeon. Malchior on the other side is up in Death Mountain a little bit. Was hoping to try and find something that might drop some bombs, but sees a screen full of blue Wizros and just says, yeah, no, I'm out, no thank you. We have an early Triforce over on Drone's side, and then a room full of Vires and a key. The key is a great thing to find. The room full of Vires, not so much, because they rolled up and you really can't get anything out of them, even with the bombs. We've got everyone's favorite Hershey's Kiss lookalike here, the gels in this room. They're just sitting there, minding their own business, but, we got to stab them because we're trying to find items. Like that one, a heart container for Drone, which is going to put him up to 5, which means he's now going to have himself a 66% chance of picking up whatever the white sword item is. Now, this is an interesting room to be caught in for Drone. The horizontal shoot, nothing that is required going to be in there because we've already got the room drop, but he did pick up a key, and the more keys you can have, the better, because resource management here in Shapes is definitely always king. Speaking of kings, we've got a red candle, which is a very interesting find here for Drone in level 3 because of its location. Now he doesn't have to go and buy a candle, and if he so wants to, he can go immediately to the south and find out what is in the vanilla level 8 location, as opposed to probably routing north to the vanilla level 5 location, where is probably where he was thinking about going. Malchior making his way back to start and looks from where he's headed. He's going to be heading off into the forested area as well, so he's going to come across level 3. Although, when what he's got going on, he's also going to run into the same issue. Well, he's first going to run into some blue Wizrobes who do not want Link to pass at all, but he's going to run into the same issue that Drone ran into over here, and that is he's got no bombs for 3. And I stand corrected. It looks as if Drone is at least coming up here to pick up what the heart container in Monocle Rock. That will give him the 6, so he will be 100% guaranteed to pick up his white sword item. Malchior continuing his way down along the coast route. Unfortunately, the blue moblins are being just as stingy to him as they were to Drone and not dropping a single bomb. However, in addition to the spoiler of Snape killing Dumbledore, we also have 117 rupees that the Octorok is willing to give out for free. And just because the vendor up here likes swords doesn't mean he has one. Instead, he has got a heart container for us as the white sword item as well. So pretty much we haven't had too much on the realm of we want these on our overworld items, 2 hearts and a white sword. Malchior are going to go ahead and burn the vanilla level 8 location, giving us level 5. And speaking of level 5, that's the location that we see RCDrone going up to right now, going up, up, up the mountain ahead. And going up, up, up the mountain ahead is rewarded as Drone finds level 1. Level fun is level 1. Level fun, we'll call it level fun too, because there's a wand in level 1. You're super happy to find that. That is going to make combat go a little bit easier, especially because every single enemy in dungeons can be just damaged by the wand, because we know that Wizrobes are in fact on the overworld. And we've also got ourselves an Inkblot over there in level 5. And I say Inkblot because that is one heck of a map. I didn't quite get as good a look at it as I wanted to. I just looked over, saw a mass of blue, and said, nope. Malchior saying, nope, I have nothing to do with that. And considering the amount of resources we don't have right now, I don't blame him in the slightest. All right, we've got Drone here finding himself a staircase in level 1. And this is interesting because this means we now have ourselves a segmented level 1. Where this comes off, though, it wouldn't surprise me if this is just a troll one-off, which is exactly what it is. And there is the map, and we've got ourselves a triple segmented level 1. This one coming off over here, we've got the big sort of like reverse E over there, and then the little L, well, underneath the L column, because that's not appropriate.
What did I walk back into?
A dramatic monologue.
Yeah, so this one is a thing.
Yes, this one is a thing. This 3 is bomb block. We have the heart container was also the white sword item, and yeah, we found ourselves a one.
So I guess a good thing for Drone is, even with all the staircases, this one is still relatively small. Looks like the 14 rooms, which is pretty much the normal for Shapes 1s. So nothing too complicated, just a lot of trekking through the bottom of stairs. Of course, does get his Triforce here, and the unfortunate thing is there's no way around it, so we'll be going back in to probably do a little more search.
Yeah, especially considering the only rooms he pretty much has left to deal with are those 4 in the L, under the second L. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Dare I say, what the L? Look, I've behaved for the past 2 weeks. I've earned a couple.
Well, you were talking about a backwards E instead of, going with the obvious number 3, but so I guess you just want to have as many E's as L's in this level.
Well, look, we're in level 1. If I said there was a 3, people might get confused. Like me.
Well, to be fair, you're in a constant state of confusion.
You're not wrong. And speaking of constant states, there's a constant state of silver on RCDrone's side, as we've had 2 floor items. Both of them have been of the stick silver variety, the wand and the silver.
Yeah, Drone in this room with all these wonderful Gria, knowing that it's going to lead him to the last single, or no, it's going to lead him to the item, and that's the red ring.
Wow.
So 9 stuff just kind of dropped right in to level 1 there.
Yeah, that one is ridiculously stacked. Also, Malchior having the unfortunate difficulty of that Dodongo not playing nice across the river, using all of his bombs, and gonna have to dip out on level 3.
Yeah, while the Dongos can be really easy, knowing the smoking them and stabbing them for a free 4-pack of bombs, they can be one of the trolliest enemies because they seem to be able to sniff out the bomb half the time and just turn on a dime to avoid the bomb explosions. So, and look at this, RC walking right into level 2 at level 9. And once again, I know maybe not for you, but this seems par for the course.
Yeah, no, it definitely does seem like level 2 likes to put itself up here. I know that in the practice race I did today before my race is level 2, guess where it was?
Yeah, I believe my first race with Deerwolf, 6 was at 3, 8 was at 1, and 2 was at 9. And a very nice Kananaki there from RC, using the clock to his advantage and just walking right through.
Yeah, but did you notice what he did there? He stopped and let the Pole's voice get in position before he picked up the clock because he knew he was going to have to Kananaki.
And 2 rupees short there of the rupee price, so spends a heart and gets rewarded with a heart.
Unfortunately, is key watch from continuing on through either of those, so he's going to have to go up and continue on through, well, whatever's up here. Malchior has made his way up to level 1 and is going to have to burn this key, but he's going to be very happy he burned that key because there's the wand immediately. He'll just have to bomb up here and continue on through the rest of this level 1.
Yeah, and ends up leaving possibly. Well, speaking of keys, well, level 2 is a key.
Yes, it 100% is. I'm not sure where Malchior was going. He might have been over to try and check the white sword item, but yeah, realizes he's gonna have to go all the way back up the mountain ahead.
Also, you notice that RC is avoiding that top room in the E column. That's because he tried to bomb in from the left, and he couldn't. That means that can only be one room here in level 2, and that's Zelda's room.
Yes, so the princess might not be in it, but her room is definitely here. It would make sense if the princess's room would be in a dungeon that looks entirely like a dress shoe.
Absolutely. And I will be right back again. So continue on with your lovely rants.
All right, so we're going to continue on with the dramatic monologues here, everybody, which apparently is par for the course tonight. Also, what's par for the course is there is the aforementioned Zelda's room that Krim had talked about before he jumped on out again. Malchior continuing on his way through level 1. The good thing about this level 1 is it is filled to the gills with Gorilla. So, 1, you can get as much of your potassium intake as you want to. 2, this is a pretty good place to potentially get yourself restocked on bombs because the orange Gorillas are going to drop bombs. Potentially, there's a chance. I am, in fact, saying there is a chance. Drone opting to go ahead and save out of level 2 after finding there's not a whole lot left for me to do here. Without keys, not going to be able to make any more progress throughout the rest of it. So now it's going to be interesting to see where he goes. From the looks of it right now, he's routing himself down to the heart container on the coast here, which he was not able to pick up earlier because of a lack of bombs. And nope, he's just saying, I don't need that. He is heading right over to level 8's location, and we're going to get ourselves a HUD clip. This is a fantastic trick, and in order to do all the HUD tricks and shenanigans here, you do have to be able to work your way around and do some left to right clips as well. Unfortunately, speaking of left to right clips, that Dodongo turned right on a dime and clipped into Malchior, causing a death. So he is going to have to make his way back through the rest of that room. We know that Dodongo room is the Triforce. What we also know is that RCDrone is potentially going to have to do some Kananakiing here, but there is that disgusting map of 5 we were talking about earlier that Malchior got, and then just said, nope, no thank you, I'm out. Malchior continuing his way up through level 1, going to head back up to the Troll Dongo room, it looks like. Drone continuing to make his way through level 5, and immediately is going to be met with the item on the ground in level 5, that being the power bracelet. Now, even though the power bracelet is not required here in this set of flags, it does make overworld travel a lot easier, especially without the recorder, because it does give you access to the any roads, which can make it a lot easier, especially if you end up going from start. Unfortunately for Malchior, thought he had it set up to get the Dodongo on the smoke kill. Unfortunately, the second one came behind, and like Krim was saying, sniffed out that bomb, gobbled it up like it was a delicious apple, and then just said, nope, you have no more bombs. You will be happy to be in this room. And then they took a bite out of Link as well. So Malchior going to, unfortunately, again, have to take the long and winding road back up to even more delicious Dodongos. Also, These wall masters rolled up a bit, but there is the Kanana key for RCDrone. Unfortunately, he Kanana keys himself right into a T room, which there is nothing he is going to be able to do about that right now. No ladder, he will not be able to clip. Does get himself some bombs though, so that's going to be nice. Malchior over here in this room, the BMO statues absolutely giving him the business. Does go ahead and pick up a heart there, so he's at least not dead to a bunny hug this time. This room especially is made much easier by the fact that Malchior has the wand and is able to do the trick where you see where he's hitting A and B together, so the wand and the wood sword are swinging at the same time, kills the room, gets the bomb drop, and it's going to be going over here. He's probably thinking, yay, this is my item. Little does he know, this is not the item. This is another transport staircase. Over on Drone's side, he has come across the compass, so he's going to go ahead and take a look at that. And I finally figured out what this map in level 5 reminds me of. It looks like a big old bug, like a dragonfly, or maybe Tentomon from Digimon. We'll go with one of that too, but Drone, apparently this level 5 is all hands on deck, because we have got ourselves so many wall masters. We've also got ourselves a staircase here in level 5, and is this the item? It is not. It is going to be the transport staircase. Drone going to go ahead and take this here. This way he knows whatever staircase he comes across next is in fact going to be his items. Was thinking about going through that staircase or that door, but realized he only has one key, so he's just going to go back to where he came and try and make his way up to the rest of everything. Malchior still having a bit of issues with this Bun Bun over here. Does manage to kill said Bun Bun and is going to be moving on. Gonna have to be very careful though. He is sitting at a half of a heart. The old man telling us this is the test of the emergency broadcast system, and that with all the beeping going on Malchior's side, it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. So Drone killing this room here, he doesn't necessarily need the floor drop. He's killing this room in the hopes of potentially finding a key drop. For some reason in these flags, level 5 tends to, or feels like it's going to drop more keys than normal. But Malchior has made his way over here to the second part of level 1. Unfortunately for him, he is going to need a key to continue on, and in this section, level 1 is where the rest of the goodies lie. That's where the silvers are. That's where the red ring is. So a key is unfortunately stopping Malchior from getting to the rest of the delicious goodies here in level 1. Over on Drone's side, he does have the key that he is going to need, but he doesn't necessarily need to use it right now because he can go up from this room over here to make it into the Triforce room. Unfortunately, these Dodongos are still doing what they were doing earlier, and that is eating every bomb in sight. Apparently, Ganon has been failing to feed his monsters here as they are just eating everything in sight. Malchior finally manages to get a smoke on one in the last possible bomb he has, does get himself the Triforce out of level 1, but unfortunately is going to be key blocked out of those last two items, which are, as we know, simply phenomenal. Drone does find the heart container as the staircase item here in level 5, so he's got all the items out of 5. He's going to go ahead, pick up the Triforce here in this room, and be well on his way. Malchior making his way across the Boulder Canyon here, heading over into Death Mountain. I don't know what we actually call that. I just know it's a bunch of rivers. There's some monsters, some rocks will eventually fall. We'll figure it out. Drone has made his way back to start now after picking up the Triforce in level 5. And it's interesting, he's probably using this to use that power bracelet he picked up. There it is. There is the power bracelet I was talking about. And going to take the middle road to go over back to the grave. And use this to make his way up to the vanilla level 9 area to get back into level 2, perhaps.
Yeah, so first time I come back to an early one, an ugly one. Now I came back to an ugly 5 that didn't really have as much as you would have liked, but yeah, I think RC making a good play there to also make his purchase on the way up to vanilla level 9 is a smart move as well. So Drone in a really decent position right now, especially with Malchior having to leave level 1 like he did.
Also, can I say right now that I'm actually a little disappointed with you?
Why?
Because I heard you ping back into the Discord, and I said, "Wow, there's the ladder for Drone." So I'm not disappointed with Drone. Ladder is a fantastic find. No, I'm disappointed in you because I heard you ping back into the call, and I set you up with, and that's simply phenomenal. Which would have been your exact perfect point to jump back into the call and say hello, like I was talking about summoning you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't actually ready for the call. But anyway, Drone seems to be well ready for the rest of the seed. Already having the ladder, the silver arrows, and the red ring, does still need a few more items like the bow, raft, and recorder. But I think at 30 minutes, with what he knows, and there is Zelda's room that we were talking about earlier, he still has to be rather comfortable so far with the seed.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The ladder is one of those things where you're super happy to find that because the ladder is going to be the thing that's going to block you out of most dungeons. And good thing Drone was able to pick up that key because he needed both of those keys to get to this Triforce piece in level 2. Does take all of his keys to do it, but he does get the Triforce.
Yeah, so any key might be a great item as Malchior's also heading up for that Kanana key. So both runners trying it in the same room. But yeah, any key might be a very, very important item to grab this seed as well. So we'll see if any of the runners get it. The other good thing about that ladder is that is a offensive upgrade as well for Drone, going back over to the coast.
Yes, that is right. The white sword is sitting there, and in reality, it was just a wooden sword, but it stood out in the sun so long it got bleached.
Really, I thought it was the sea salt.
Well, I thought it was Lake Hylia, and not Ocean Hylia.
It could be the Hylia Sea. I don't know.
I mean,
it could be like a really salted lake.
Well, this is a lake involving a bunch of speedrunners, so it wouldn't surprise me if it was heavily salted.
Precisely. And now Drone is heading back to vanilla level 6. You know, you had that power bracelet, might as well make the use of it. Get back up here as quick as possible.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong with that. Malchior finding Zelda's room, but yeah, with the ladder, Drone is going to be able to go and get the Triforce and explore the rest of this Electric level 4.
Yeah, and I mean, it isn't many rooms. It's 8 more rooms beyond the Triforce that he does have to explore for that floor drop. But definitely not the worst. If this was like a level 7 or something where like the half of it was blocked off or something like that, he may have just grabbed the Triforce and came back at a different time. But being level 4 and not having much left to go with it, not a bad play here to just explore for the floor item. Which
you mean that one right there?
Yeah, that one.
I mean, nothing quite like face taking Gliok with wand, white sword, and red ring and getting rewarded with a heart. Malchior are not going to have the same issue that Drone did, though. He has plenty of.
Something else to note, most of the time when runners get to 9 hearts, we start talking about their theoretical chances of possibly being in the range of Magic Sword relatively soon. RCDrone can get 3 more hearts, and he is not in the range of Magic Sword because he has Red Tunic, he has White Sword, he is super comfortable right now. So I don't anticipate a check at all on his side.
But what we do anticipate here is going into level 8 because, well, this is the only dungeon we've got left. everything else we've got everything out of, so there's got to be some sort of progression in here.
It's always progression innate.
Sounds like someone who got benefited from there being progression in A.
I've been burned on it before too. But needless to say, you still have Pole's voice that kind of have to be taken care of without the bow. Oh, and this thing too.
Yeah, that thing. At least with the white sword and the wand, that thing is slightly more manageable.
Not slightly, a lot more manageable. Because he has Red Ring, he can just space tank and not have to worry about anything. Although,
Well, you were saying? Now he just has to get out of the room so the Patra stays dead.
And Malchior does get his ladder out of level 2 as well, so that will help open things up a little bit more for Malchior. Now, he doesn't have any keys, so he will actually need to find 2 along the way in order to get to the Triforce. So we'll see what that amounts to for him if he's able to even get the Triforce. If not, it might set him back even a little bit more.
Yeah, it looks like he knows he is walked out of that Triforce. He's going to head back to start and continue on. Let's see where he's going to decide.
Also, TGE, with the basic assumption of how RCDrone has explored this 8 and what he's seen and what we've seen, and hold on. Job of using the bomb.
Kananaki?
Yes, he did. Amazing job using the bomb to Kananaki. But knowing what we know, and the fact that he had to bomb out of that Digdogger room, Digdogger holds the map without the recorder.
True. Now, sorry to get all gush, but I knew you was the potential to do the bomb into the Kananaki. That's the first time I've seen it in practice, and he thought he was going to be able to get it again, but unfortunately is not able to bomb up. That was just... I'm still in shock.
Yeah, very, very good job using that. Now we'll see a lot of others say, oh yeah, we can do that too. So we'll see a lot more bomb Kananakis.
Speaking of setting up bombs, Drone is setting himself up a 10 count here on the Old Man.
Yes, the Old Man is useful for something, and that would be building bomb counts. Or fairy counts, depending on what you need.
Yep, and Malchior, with his overabundance of money, is going to go ahead and pick up a blue ring. Not a bad purchase at all. It has the unfortunate caveat of red ring is just hiding behind a key, but when you don't have it, you purchase it. And I'm perfectly of the belief of I will spend the 250 rupees every time on a blue ring if it guarantees me the red ring. And also, did you happen to take a quick look at RCDrone's minimap, Krim?
I did not.
Oh, if he happens to pause again, the minimap 100% looks like Fig Shrug.
Well, then I'm sure one of our lovely people, either right now or on the VOD of this, will clip that so we have a permanent reminder of everyone's opinion of level 9.
There.
Level 8.
I told you.
Yes.
Tell me that's not Fig Shrug.
Yes, RCDrone is shrugging at this level. And Malchior is back in level 6.
I forgot level 6 was the thing. So there could be progression here in level 6 as well. So forgive me for gushing about progression in 8 earlier. Although statistically speaking, there's progression in.
Well, we do have a slighter chance, and that is not progression. That is the antithesis of progression.
So what you're saying is RCDrone didn't find it appealing, and wow, that was a beautiful Kananaki by Malchior. Hit the run and gun on the Wall Master, was able to scamper across the lake and get a Kananaki. We're getting all kinds of fun keys here in these. We got the bomb key, we got a run and gun key. Speaking of that, I'm not sure what the heck that is, although I'm pretty sure that's somebody sitting in a tree stand with a rifle on Malchior's side. But yeah, all kinds of keys.
That's a turret gunner and a helicopter.
Okay, if you want to go that's oddly specific, but...
So, I love what RCDrone was doing there. He was setting up the Kananaki to go back and then grab the actual key. You know, if you're gonna be canonicking all over the place, might as well do it before picking up any other keys.
Well, I mean, absolutely. Well, you need to have no keys to be able to Canana key. So why pick up keys if you're just planning on being all kinds of swag?
And RC sort of forced into this staircase, either that or an up A, just because Goma was there guarding a shutter door, so is able to bomb out of here, so does not have to up A back to the start of the dungeon. And, well, we're just going to continue with these NSU rooms.
You had to say something, didn't you?
Well, I mean, RC did get a little healthier.
I mean, yes, and this is where we would say he has a 20% chance of picking up the magical sword, but as you mentioned earlier, he's probably not going back.
I would say he's not going to go back unless he has 14 hearts.
All right, so we do have a question in chat, and I think because we've been gushing over enough time, we have the question: how do we do these Canana keys that we've been talking?
Well, basically, to not get super technical, but to sort of explain why it works, there's a order of progression in which doors open, and it will do a check for each of the doors. And when you have a shutter door or a bomb wall that opens up, it overrides all the other checks. So if you're walking into a locked door when a shutter door opens or bomb door shows, as Malchior finds the recorder in level 6, so there's our progression. But if you walk into a locked door, it doesn't actually check to see if you have the keys, and it just lets you walk right through it.
Order of operations, everybody. This is why you make sure you put your parentheses in the right spot.
So Mac, you're going to grab the Triforce out of 6. I forget if he saw the floor item in here, but I mean, recorder's always good.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. The problem is recorder's opening up either 7 or 9.
Yeah, and I mean, RC is in level 6, so it's not going to give Malchior the huge lead that he would hope for. But Recorder actually might be more important right now. It does open up vanilla level 7. So we are going to see 7 at 7, so that means 9 is behind the raft spot. But it also potentially opens up the map in level 8, which may be just as important.
Yeah, true. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to see what that level 8 looks like. Although, if we just get a look at the map in 7, we might know what that level 8 looks like. Although, based on Drone's map, it's definitely something.
As all 8s are. And
Yeah.
Fury is going to be called the Wizard now because, well, he said about Bo being in 7, and guess what? Bo's in 7.
Burn the witch.
The big thing is this was right along the way, so this will be an easy find for RC as well. So really the big thing that we are going to be hunting now is this raft. Is it going to be the floor item here in 7, or do we need to return to level 8?
Yes. I'm not telling you which one I'm saying yes to. I'm just saying yes.
And the drone is going to be playing some tutti flute in a little bit. So we will see him probably dive into level 7 relatively soon. Malchior are going to go ahead and up A and potentially take this staircase to see where this takes him.
I'm gonna guess right next to the Triforce, huh?
Well, that's exactly where it takes him. Right next to the Triforce with a Patra block.
Yeah, and that is never a fun thing to be spit out in a Patra, especially in a spiral staircase room. But we do have an incoming Tutti Flute play, so we're going to shut up and let you listen.
Except I think, unfortunately, audio is currently on Malchior, so we did not hear it.
Oops.
But anyway, DG, since we did get that very rude Patra blocking the Triforce for Malchior there, I'm going to give you a great mental image that you are going to be thinking of the rest of the night, and that is a Patra doing the Dikembe Matumbo. No, no, no!
Oh my gosh, yes. Does it have the troll face?
Sure.
Oh my god, that's brilliant! I love every second of that so much!
And Malchior getting his Triforce out of level 7, not appearing to go for the floor item right now, so he is gambling on a lot of progression elsewhere. That does give him the chance to go to level 8. We'll see if that's the play he makes, and he may potentially be able to get the map. He does still need to find the raft, so we'll have to hope that it is in level 8, otherwise we'll be returning to good old level 7.
Yeah, well, considering he's got so many dungeons he hasn't fully explored, gotta go ahead and get the stuff out of 4, gotta go ahead and get the rest of the stuff out of 5. Leaving 7 after picking up one of the items here is the absolute correct call based on the information that Malchior has.
Yeah, absolutely. And about the only way I make a play in 7 for that raft is if I have a map, and he did not. And it looks like Drone is going to do the same. Already picked up his bow here, and it looks like he is going to grab the Triforce and possibly just leave as well. Now, Drone has a lot more information on where items are, and I believe because they are, if I remember correctly, they are both stair items that we need. Oh no, the banana was stair item, but one of them is a stair item in level 8, so it's a lot quicker for him to be able to look for rather than having cleared out a lot of rooms for floor items.
Yeah, absolutely, sir. So stair items definitely make things looking for easier. And as you said, Drone is a smart enough player to understand that the Dig Dogger that he saw probably does have the map. So now that he's got the recorder in pocket, he's absolutely going to go ahead and try and get that map. And Malchior going to go ahead and do the same thing we saw Drone do, and that's face tank a Gleok to get himself a heart.
Yeah, very, very convenient that it was only one room up and you didn't have to clear the other 7. So we actually didn't see almost half of level 4. RC actually picking up bombs before heading over to level 8. So smart play on his part as well to go in with a full assortment of ammunition. That way he doesn't really have to worry at all about potential bomb walls or anything like that.
Malchior going to go ahead and trudge his way back up. Probably going to go ahead and head to level 2 to pick up that Triforce quickly. With the 4 keys, he'll have plenty to get himself.
And yeah, RC immediately going for trying to bomb as much as possible to figure out where this possible progression would be. Just bombing left and right, literally left and right.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta bomb left and right. But we do have a potential cross here with that ladder going across. Maybe we're gonna have something here. Maybe not.
He has already, I believe, been in this. Yes, this is the Goma room from earlier, so gonna look in the Goma room actually first for potential map, and no, not here.
Not gonna lie, I always think that where some of these runners place the bombs, it's never gonna trigger the bomb hole in the wall. And I'm like, wait, nope, that's definitely gonna do it. It always shocks me. No, that's close enough.
Yeah, definitely also has to deal with positioning of whether you're placing the bomb to the left or right because of all those hitboxes and everything else. Uh, Thought we might potentially have something here going down, and
We
we
do, a
do. We
bomb
have a
hole
bomb
down.
wall.
And this could be a staircase. Also, drone with that beautiful 10 count.
Yeah, not just a beautiful 10 count, a casual 10 count. And we're missing a Tektite again. There he is.
Gotta love it when Tektites get all frisky.
Yeah, Malchior did go ahead and pick up his Triforce out of level 2, so he is slowly catching up in the Triforce department, is at 5 now. And RC finding out the bad news about the heart container in the second staircase, so that means we are looking for hot dogs on the ground.
No, it's either going to be in 7 or 8. The second 4 item in here was also a heart container in that NSU and above the staircase by the go. So yeah, our raft is either in 7 or 6.
Does RC not realize that then?
Triforce, Krim. Triforce.
Oh, yes, Triforce. That's right.
You know, the thing you kind of need to get into the final dungeon of the game?
I forgot that he didn't have it. I know I have the tracker right in front of me. Do not start.
I mean, you designed this tracker to be easy for people to understand and read. Obviously, you didn't have yourself in mind.
I would have to try to read it first. Now you're finally getting his white sword. Let it sit out there and oxidize a little bit more. Maybe it has just a slight bit more power for him.
I wish it worked that way.
So is Tutti Flute still required in 8? Not here.
Yeah, Malchior making his way back into this absolute trash fire of a level 5 because that map is just, I mean, like I said, it's probably a dragonfly of some sort, but it's still big and gaudy and awful, and there's Lionels and there's bubbles and ugh.
Yeah, I don't. I'm sure if I tried hard enough, I could come up with something for that, but yeah, I don't know. Yes, old man, I definitely concur.
Why is it that you open yourself up, and all I do is take the opportunity that you're giving to me, and everyone's suddenly on your side saying, poor, poor Krim?
Because they know.
I mean, it's unjust. It's unfair. Everyone's all like, you know, poor Krim, he's gonna be stuck in the booth with TGE. Why can't it be poor TGE? He's gonna be stuck in the booth with Krim, huh? Why can't I get a little love every now and then?
I don't know, but why can't RC get a little love in this level 8? Has the compass at least, but well, level 8 doesn't want to let him get into the room. Has to spend his last bomb and is able to get over there, so he will. It is Goma block. There you go, Fury.
Burn the witch.
Just the other Goma. So Malchior still hunting around in this level 5 now. Obviously is going to be hunting around a little bit extra just because of the need for the silver arrow still. Red ring will be nice when he also gets that in level 1.
Yeah, but I definitely like what he's doing. Going to the dungeons he hasn't cleared first to try and dig around because he knows he's going to need at least 3 items. So not all of his woes are going to be handled by level 1. So I like what he's doing. Go ahead, search for the rest of these dungeons, get the Triforces you need as well, then go back and dig the dungeons you've already done.
So RC is doing the little trick of anytime you enter and exit a dungeon, if you have cleared the screen of enemies, they will all respawn. And he is doing that to try to get a bomb drop off these red whiz robes. One of our bomb dropping enemies, relatively easy to take on because they are pretty static. But yeah, he's pretty much getting the worst bomb lock in the world.
Talk to me after you call a scene where one of the runners doesn't get their first bomb till almost 30 minutes in. Then we can talk about horrible bomb luck.
I mean, that was what? 4 passes at the red Wizrobes and nothing?
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. It is only a 40% chance in the bomb dropping group for them to drop anything on any given kill.
Still, that was a lot of chances. So RC decides to just forego that try at the bomb outside and is just coming in and digging level 6 as it is without bombs, hoping to find something that helps him get somewhere. Map would be great.
Yes, the map would be great. We do know it exists because we've already seen Malchior with it. So the map would be absolutely fantastic here. I was kind of hoping that the item was going to be Goma Block.
Yep, and there is that map. Oh yeah, it's the machine gunner.
Yeah, exactly.
So now the question is where is the item? And what is the item? I guess that's... Okay, then I'll give you a 5-second wait time in your next race.
I mean, the way I play, I'll just retry and lose a Triforce anyway. Also, I'm going to guess that the raft was in 6 because drone's now in 9.
Either that or he pulled some sort of witchcraft.
Burn the witch.
So, Malchior did get a Triforce as well, so he is slowly progressing on. Does need to still make his way back into level 1, but what's RC looking for now?
A roar and a door.
Yeah. Unfortunately, both are playing as Link, so we don't really get to do anything fun with like Zelda singing karaoke or anything like that. But the roar of Ganon will be heard in any of the adjacent rooms, so if he hears a roar, he knows northeast, south, or west will lead him to Ganon. And then if he comes across a single shutter door, like here, but obviously not this shutter door, that does not open after killing all the enemies, well, that is going to signal that's where the kidnapped is. There's also a compass that will point that direction as well. After Ganon is down, then that door will automatically open without any enemies in the room or with enemies in the room, and then we will have our rescue.
We also have a Triforce in level 3 for Malchior, but he is going to do the smart thing here and make his way on back past that Triforce to get more items because he still needs the raft and ye old silver arrow.
Wow. The northeast of this 9.
Yeah, that's a thing.
And somehow not segmented.
I mean, I've been playing this for a long time. I was there at the advent of shapes. I still have not seen a segmented 9. I have heard the rumors, I have heard the stories. I've yet to see one with my own eye.
I have seen one, but something interesting about this is when you enter from start, you can only go straight up. You have those 3 rooms at the bottom of the blank column there. do you potentially think about bombing right from the room going up to just see if potentially Zelda, the store might be over there?
Or it's right here.
I was saying that before that happened, so...
I know. I'm just going to deadpan and say it was right there.
Okay, do you bomb over and see if Ganon's in that singled out room 4 rows up from the bottom?
I mean, I would, but there's a reason I'm the 43 seed and Drone's the number 1 seed.
Yeah, that's true too.
You're not
So
supposed to agree with me.
Malchior did grab the Triforce out of 3, so he is making his way on, but remember, he does have to make his way eventually back to level 1. Is going to purchase some regular arrows here, which we know without the silvers are still required for level 8.
Yes, because our restreamer behind the scenes, Fury SK, is apparently a witch and called the Goma block. Called it, well, incorrectly on the Goma, which one it was going to be, but ladies and gentlemen, we've got ourselves some delicious maple cured pork product.
And 8 stabs here, which for RC is pretty much something he can do in his sleep because that was a perfect stun lock.
Not gonna lie, I'm jealous.
So knows the route back, so it's just a matter of time for him to make his way over to Zelda's room and go ahead and make the rescue.
Yep, and this room that Zelda's in is definitely a little funky there because it did have a push block, so it could have been, that just wasn't pushing. But hey, that ladder is finally going to be required for something, and that is going to be the one and only entrance to find ourselves a Zelda, and that is going to be RCDrone finishing in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 27 seconds.
So yes, RC is going to take a 1-0 lead here. We do have at least one more matchup between these two contestants. So we will look forward to their second race. And I believe we will also wait to see if RC goes ahead and joins us for a little post-game.
Yep, but as that's going on, we still have Malchior back into this level 8, which turns out was a lot less required than we thought it was.
Yeah, I mean, Dispatcher is still required. The Goma's, well, one of the Goma's still required, so it's not the nicest of level 8s considering it has absolutely nothing in it.
Oh yeah, no, and Malchior, putting that potion he picked up to good use. You never want to get a Patra mostly dead and then die to a random fireball or a stray Patra.
And I believe we do have RC. Are you able to hear us?
Okay, we found ourselves the map here in level 8, and that is totally a robot with a pinchy hand. Like, that's about all I can say about that level 8 map. Wow.
He's gonna flick the key.
He is gonna flick the key.
So yeah, just continuing on, we know the Triforce is actually in the bottom row there underneath the first L. So still does have a little bit to go before he's able to get.
Yeah, that Triforce location is absolutely ridiculous. And of course, Malchior is going to probably be digging the rest of the level anyway because he is still looking for the raft and the silver arrows, technically.
And that Triforce is going to help out a little bit, at least, for the Triforce, or the compass is going to help out for the Triforce, but not for the items.
No, but we have ourselves a staircase and a key.
I did not even notice. This is actually a segmented 8.
Oh, yeah, it is down the bottom there. You're right.
Hey, can you hear me, guys?
Yes, we can now.
Yeah, I upgraded my Mac OS and all of a sudden the push to talk stopped working, so I'm using the mute button now.
Oh, that's absolutely fine. You can actually go ahead and just turn that off and just not worry about muting if you would like. So, GG, what a seed that was.
Yeah, it was pretty tough in the early going. There were a lot of tough enemies, so I bailed on a couple dungeons. It's the the biggest mistake I made was leaving too early, and I knew I made a mistake of some sort because I had a room in the upper right corner, but I still needed the item and the Triforce. So after I up and saved, I knew something went wrong there, but it took me a while to circle back around there because I wanted to get some keys to get into that upper right corner.
Yeah, I would say the keys were a big part of this match. And actually, you having a key at the right time is really what separated you from Malchior, because Malchior has actually left one without the silvers or the red ring because he ran out of keys in level 1 before he could get back there.
Oh, that's pretty rough. Yeah, I mean, obviously those items will, at least the red ring will blow the seed wide open because the combat's not going to be as dangerous.
Yeah, one win early on under your belt. You do have another matchup with Malchior. So you didn't do many of the qualifiers. You pretty much stuck to your 1 or 2 races a week, and that's it for just your qualifying time. And have you done a lot of practice with the flags outside of that, or has it just been other stuff and you just come back to this when you're doing your tournament races?
Yeah, I've done actually a ton of offline practice. It's hard to join the races just because they're at set times, especially when I'm at like work and stuff. So it's easier for me to practice on my own terms, on my own time when I'm free. But I actually am practicing a lot for this tournament because I would like to take it.
Yeah, well, you definitely have the ability to, and we saw it, especially once TG and I were actually joking about it when you got around the 10 hearts. We're like, at this point, normally we would say, the person has a chance of getting magical sword, but RC has a 0% chance because he's not even going to bother checking it with the white sword and red ring. And it's just a testament to your skill. So, yeah, definitely looking forward to your next match with Malchior, and if you advance on after that, pretty much any of your seeds, because you're definitely a delight to watch play these seeds. Very meticulous with your play.
Hey, thanks, guys. I guess one question I did have was, are maps supposed to be inbounds for the most part? Because I could not find the map for 8. I'm not sure if I skipped a room or something.
Dig Dogger blocked.
Yeah, it was that first Dig Dogger that you encountered your first time in before you had Recorder. The map was underneath him.
All right, that makes sense. But I mean, did Fred change it? Because in my practice seeds, this is like the first time in a dungeon that I was like bomb walled out of the map.
Yeah, I think the concept is that the map will usually be within only key doors, shutter doors, or open doors, unless there is a bomb wall within the first room outside of the entrance. So if you go in the entrance and go one room past the entrance, there can be a bomb wall there, but everything past that would have to be open door or lock or shutter. I believe that's pretty much how the algorithm goes.
All right, that makes a lot of sense. That's good. That's very good to know.
And I think with 7 and 8, there may be one additional bomb wall, and then 9 is pretty much anything goes.
All right, sounds good. That's all I had. So,
All right.
take care,
Well,
guys.
yeah, best
thanks
of
a
luck
lot.
on your next match, and take care.
All right, see ya.
And Malchior still digging around for the items here. May just choose to go grab the Triforce here and search elsewhere. May think, I still have level 5 to go and I have 2 items in 1. I'm not going to spend more time here when I have a good chance of getting something out of level 1.
Yeah, absolutely. You've searched through here. You found 2 of the 3 items. They're the 2 staircase items. So the floor item is definitely the worst of those 3 to have to find. So yeah, absolutely. Pick up the Triforce. You know where it is. Get up. Get the heck on up out of Dodge and go.
Yeah, and Fury did say that he found the floor item, likely a heart, just because of where he's at. I know that he was a little lower in hearts, and these Wizrobes just don't want him to leave 8, sending him right back in. But, I mean, has all 8 Triforces. I actually did get the 1 out of 5. Has all 8 Triforces, so if I'm him, my play is automatically 1 here, knowing I have 2 items, and that is the smallest dungeon. You still have to check.
Well, we're not going to have to worry about checking 1 because if you check the IRC, Malchior has decided to say, that's it, I'm done. I don't want to have to search through any more levels. I don't blame him. But yeah, we're going to get Malchior here in just a minute here, folks. But yeah, as Drone said, the beginning of this seed, an absolute pain, and that level 6, an absolute pain.
And I do believe we have Malchior with us. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
All right. So rough seed all around. With the placement of everything there. Uh, why don't you give us your thoughts?
Uh, that darn ladder. Ladder block like 3 dungeons. The early ones being the big dungeons.
Yeah. Ladder block was a big thing. The other thing that was really insane this seed was the keys. Between you and RCDrone, I think we've seen probably about 7 or 8 Canana keys just to get through a lot of these key blocks that were out there.
I wasn't certain if it was just me, so that's interesting to hear.
Yeah, just watch it back, and you'll see just a bunch of Canana keys, and
Yeah, I know I
in
did 3.
different ways.
Keep going.
So the key actually blocked you from a massive advantage that RC had, and that was in level 1 behind the key door were both the silver arrows and then a little bit later the red ring. So that's
Oh,
where,
shoot.
yeah, he was able to actually, he had 1 key to get back there, and that's really what helped him sort of separate himself, because he had the silvers by the time he found the bow, and getting that red ring just really expedites your combat advantage as well. So
Yeah.
that's
One, I can't
definitely.
remember where 1 was. Was 1 at Vanilla 5?
I believe that's where one was. Yes.
I didn't mark that on my tracker, but it was the only one I didn't have. And then I never found Raft.
Yeah, Raft was actually the floor item in 6. So 6 having both.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Yep.
both Recorder and Raft.
Yeah. I was probably about to go back there, except I saw his dot done. What were the 2 items in 2? I mismarked something.
I believe one was a heart container. The other was the ladder.
These darn hearts are gonna kill me. I am mismarked. Like, I only have one item and two, so I'm gonna go back and kill that Goma. And when it dropped nothing, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, what I typically do is I just ignore marking hearts. I'll just mark that I got the. I'll just mark the items I get out of the dungeon and cross out, you know,